Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. So today I'm doing a react to a video that was posted by a small channel called Marley Hendrix. And it has to do with Michael B. Petty and a rant that he had against Foodie Beauty. And this rant is 3 years old, but it's amazing and shocking how relevant this rant still applies today. So I want to go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what I see, and that way we can react together. There's the video, and I'm going to put a link for the channel and for the video in the description, and I do encourage everyone to check out Marley Hendrix and sub and give a like to the video because they certainly deserve it. I caught wind of this video a couple of days ago, watched the rant from Michael B. Petty, and I have to say, Michael, you are an amazing reactor. This rant that you did on Foodie is absolutely on point. It was on point then. It's still on point now. And why is it still on point? Because Foodie hasn't changed. Everything you talked about in your rant, she's still doing. As a matter of fact, she's gotten worse. But this rant that Michael did was in 2019. And it's 2022. It's 3 years old, but still, as you watch this rant, you just listen to it, and it would almost seem like Michael's reacting to her actions today. So let me just go ahead and play the video for all of you, and you can watch it with me.
This is what you've done. Your actions have done this. Your all over the place, your unstableness, your bitchiness, all of the above have created the community that you have fostered. So suck it up, Buttercup. But let's not also pretend that you don't go around and trifle in that same petty bullshit on other people's channels. I see you commenting on me, about me on other channels. I mean, you can do that. I really don't. Go ahead and do that. I see you commenting to other people who have nothing to do with you. I mean, you're on here criticizing Joey's World Tour about eating shit on the you.
Okay, I want to stop it here. I hate to cut off Michael because he's just going off and I want to let him go off, but I have to stop it. I want to show you guys something. So here's Foodie 2 years ago making a comment to this person saying cheese, more like globs of yellow chemical sludge, eating without purpose as that food has no nutritional value whatsoever. Imagine someone like Foodie making a comment like that. Well, guess what she's doing today? This is from a live stream she did today. What is she eating? She's eating paneer. Foodie, that doesn't look healthy to me. That paneer is nothing but cheese, my friend. It's very high calorie. It's not good for you. And let's not forget that you were on a paneer binge for over a week, where that's all you ate 2 to 3 times a day was paneer. So you're sitting there eating paneer today, and you ate paneer for over a week, probably because a feeder fetish idiot paid for you to eat that for over a week. But she made that comment to somebody a few years ago talking about cheese and, oh, it has no nutritional value. When is the last time you've eaten something with nutritional value? When's the last time? All you eat is fast food, and you go to Starbucks and you have your nashies. That's not exactly healthy. You don't get to 500 pounds by eating healthy, okay? But yes, this was Foodie 2 years ago criticizing somebody for eating something with no nutritional value. Girl, bye.
You do. You do the same fucking thing. You do the same thing. You eat the same shit. Like you are so crazy. I honestly don't. You really do need to check yourself in somewhere. Real talk, because like it makes your logic is so fucking flawed. It makes no fucking sense. But you have lost all.
You know, it makes no sense, Michael. It makes no sense why she's got all these problems and all these issues and she won't check herself in. But then if you take a back step behind and backwards and you look at it from a wider point of view and you consider the fact that Foodie is on YouTube and she monetizes all of her problems, all of her addictions, all of her obsessions. She even tries to monetizing doing adulting. She expects to be paid for cleaning her room or doing her dishes or changing her clothes. She wants to be paid for everything. She honestly thinks she's such a high value that people should pay her for everything. If she weren't making money on YouTube, she wouldn't be on YouTube. But she is so obsessed with money that she wants to monetize everything. Her drama, her problems, her addictions, her obsessions. She wants to be paid for all of it. And if you took all the problems away, if you took the addictions away, the obsessions away, and she was just a normal person with all that garbage removed, what would be left? There's nothing interesting about Foodie. She's not creative. She's not innovative. She's not unique. She would have nothing to talk about. And so she monetizes everything else. That's why she brings all that toxicity to the table. And that's why she will never, ever seek help or true therapy for any of it, because she doesn't have that for YouTube. What does she have? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even with all that stuff going on, she's gotten to a place where she's so boring that a lot of people have stopped watching her. She ran all that stuff into the ground, and now people are bored. They're absolutely bored. But please go ahead, Mr. Petty.
Faith in humanity, or you lose faith in humanity each time you go to a comment section, you do the same thing. And most comment sections aren't as bad as yours. Real talk. There are a lot of comment sections out here that are pretty positive, that have positivity throughout the entirety of the comment section. Maybe a few negatives every now and then, because assholes exist in all corners of the world. Mm-hmm. But you consistently have created this community that you now have, and so now you have to deal with it. And not only that, but you take your shit to other people's channels. I mean, you even tried to come for me on Eric's channel.
That's, you know what, Michael, you did this rant 3 years ago, and it's just amazing and shocking how relevant your rant is today. And you're right, her comment section is toxic, but then again, so is her hug box. And she goes on other people's community posts, and she goes in their live chats. She's everywhere. She's on Twitter. She's such a narcissist that she has to know what everybody's saying about her. She constantly goes on Monty's channel and watches his panels and then comments about the panels. And she doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to go anywhere outside of her hug box or her channel and seek out what people are saying. And that's what she's doing. She seeks out what people are saying. Why? Because she needs something to talk about on her channel. She needs content. And she's not going about finding content the right way, doing things that are relevant only to her, finding interesting ways to entertain people. It's all about, let me just seek out the drama if I can't make it myself. Let me just make some drama if there is none. That's the Foodie Beauty way. Drama, toxicity, negativity, talking about triggering subjects. Her channel was a lot more interesting in the beginning before she got monetized. I feel that her being monetized was the worst thing to happen to her and her channel, because once she got monetized and she got obsessed with views and money, that's when everything started to go downhill. Her health, her mentality, everything. She got wrapped around the money.
Because I made a comment about his poor wig. Mind you, you tried to make it sound like I did it on the video, that he was sitting there crying about his mom. Okay, people think that I'm mean and I'm heartless. I'm not that fucking heartless, okay? If some guy's on here crying about his mother who's passed away, I'm not going to go on there and make a comment about his hair. The comment I made was weeks before that. But you tried to make it into me coming on that channel right then during that video and trying to criticize him for his hair. Bitch, bye. Like, you're so fucking manipulative. I can't even, BB must, like, no wonder BB's never around. Real talk. No wonder he's never around, and no wonder Pete's is the only one that's willing to go with you on your fucking food hauls, because you're probably insufferable to live with. If you were even a fraction of how you are on your channel to how you are with that man in real life, I can only imagine the amount of, like, shit that he has to put up with. People have the right to criticize you for being a fucking hypocrite. That's what you are. That's what they're criticizing you about. Yes, they're using the vegan thing as a point in their argument to fact check you, essentially. But the truth is, they're calling you a hypocrite because that's what you are.
Yep, she sure is. Just as a reminder, She criticized somebody for eating cheese. What is she eating today? Big old bowl of cheese with sauce in it. Hypocrite Foodie. Big time hypocrite.
You're coming on here, you vegan light, plant, whatever the fuck you're doing, you're not doing it. You're not helping. So for you to get mad at other people for not helping when people are criticizing you because you decided to be a champion for animals' rights or whatever the fuck you're trying to do, and then you turn around and you do the exact opposite, yeah, they're gonna have something to say. And chances are they're probably
the only animal rights that Foodie is concerned with is Natter. Because Natter is an animal. He's a beast. And she's a champion for that animal's rights.
vegan.
I'm crazy. Like, I'm the only person who notices these.
Okay, I'm stopping it here for a reason. This is Foodie. This is Foodie 3 years ago, before the heavy filters. When she was with BB, she was in the neighborhood of 340, 360. This is how she looked. This is her heavily filtered. She ain't no 330, 340 here. There's no possible way that Foodie is at a lower weight right now than she was when she was with BB. She's in the 500-pound range. I will stand by that. I will die on that hill. For some reason, even though she's catering to the feeder fetish idiots, and if she came forward and said, yes, I'm 500 pounds, they would absolutely go wild. But she just can't seem to stay in one lane or the other. She's catering to those feeder fetish people, and they prompt her to eat paneer and eat a bunch of food for their enjoyment. But at the same time, she wants to lie to herself and tell herself, I'm 330 pounds. No, you ain't. No, you're not. No, ma'am, you're not. If you were, you would get on the scale, show us the number with your phone, and flip us the bird. But you haven't done that yet. You haven't done that in the longest. You're running around, ducking, dodging, and weaving how much you really weigh and all the health problems you really have. Keep going, Michael.
These weird situations on YouTube. It's just completely toxic. It's so ridiculous. The negativity is not justified. It's not needed. It's not warranted. It's like,
there's some a quote or whatever that has always stuck with me for a long time, and it's something to the effect of, if everyone around you is the asshole, chances are you're the asshole. So if everyone's saying you're dead, it's time to lie down. It's time to just eat humble pie, take your medicine. Because the truth is that if everyone has a consensus about you, if everyone has come to a consensus about your attitude, about how you act, how you portray yourself online, chances are that's what you're doing.
True, absolutely true. If you've got a lot of people coming at you and saying things about you that deep inside you know are true, and you just don't want to admit the truth. You know they're right, but you're not ready to make a change. You're going to get defensive. The only people that are saying the Foodie is not an a-hole are the people in her hug box. And many of them are feeder fetish idiots. I'm sure there are some people there that do care about Foodie, or maybe they're just people, they don't know Foodie yet. They're new on the scene. They're not familiar with her history and the things that she's said and the things that she's done. But given time, they'll find out, because Foodie is not a person who is about change. She's about staying the same and thinking that she can stay the same and make tons of money, which that's obviously not true. She's losing money hand over fist on her channel. She'll do live streams, and half of them she will dirty delete, which every time she does, she loses money. So she's over there complaining about being broke and she can't fix her car and whatever else. Whose fault is that, Foodie? Whose fault is that? If you're sitting there doing live stream after live stream and then dirty deleting because you don't want YouTube to take your channel away, or you don't want to get in trouble with Natter, and if you're having money issues, whose fault is that? It's yours, because it's your channel and you can do what you want with it, and you're doing all the wrong things with it.
All right, I never thought that someone would get me on here. The one thing I really dislike about Foodie Beauty is that she always gets me to like come on here and defend Amber Lynn. The thing with Amber Lynn, and I will give her credit when credit is due, she's trying whatever. I really don't think she's trying, unless you're that size and you're seeing a doctor and a psychologist and all of the above, the requirements that are needed to be super successful in your weight loss. I really don't think it's going to happen for you. But here's what it is. When she came into that live stream, she was a condescending asshole. And she had been making promises to her community for a while now. And then she went back on all those promises. So people, rightfully so, were disappointed. And people are allowed to be disappointed in people. I mean, you can't make people always love you all the time. It is what it is. Now, Amberlynn, if you're watching this, and I'm sure you're going to watch this because you like to pretend that you don't watch my videos, but I know you're going to watch it. Stay away from her. Stay away from Flobby Bobby. She's toxic. She's nuclear. She's not where you want to be. Okay. If you're really trying to figure it out for yourself, leave her alone. Don't even acknowledge her. Don't come to her defense. Let that bitch drown in her own tub of lard. You don't need to say anything. Let her come on here and invoke your name over and over again to try to get clout, because that's really what this is about. The reason why Chantel comes on here on a moral high horse and talks about Amberlynn, even though she came on here and fucking dogged her the fuck out when she felt like it, and now she's Team Amberlynn, but
Yeah. How prophetic. How prophetic. Y'all remember that recent drama with Amber and with Chantal? How Amber and Chantal had a problem. And here's Micheal 3 years prior telling Amber to stay away from Chantal.
He came on here a few times and dogged that bitch out and dragged her, which, I mean, rightfully so. I mean, don't get me wrong, Amberlynn's fucking garbage, but now she's gonna act like, oh my god, everyone's so negative. Everyone's so like, get over yourself, bitch. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. And the only reason why you're talking about Amberlynn, and the only reason you're talking about being vegan, is because you want some kind of clout. You want some people coming to your channel. Because titling your thing "My 400-Pound Life" ain't working anymore, and you also can't seem to commit to like a lifestyle of actually trying to get healthy and better yourself.
That's
so
true.
Doing that over and over again ain't working for you. So you're like, oh, I'll go the vegan route. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll pull some views in. Now, all right, maybe I'll just talk.
Yeah, so Chantal went from a place of doing things for attention in the past that were not so bad, and then she moved on to what? Talking about triggering dark subjects. So with Chantal, it's always been about, what can I do for attention? What can I do to bring in the views? What can I do to bring in different crowds of people that will possibly get into me? And her whole focus ever since she got monetized is, what can I do to get the views up? What can I do to attract different groups of people? And this is my opinion. This is my thought. I think, my feeling, my opinion, Foodie has taken her YouTube channel and she's honestly not interested in attracting, just a normal crowd of people. She's literally turned her channel into a fetish channel, catering to different fetish groups. Because sometimes people with different fetishes pay well. They could pay well on her channel, or they could send her money off YouTube through, say, PayPal for different things she would do on her live stream to cater to their fetishes. Let me give you some examples. We all know she caters to the feeder fetish people. That's why she eats certain foods on her stream. She's catering to their fetishes. She's catering to the fetish of people watching her eat. She's also confessed in the past of people actually buying her food. Remember the Lakma Fairy? Who's the Lakma Fairy? The Lakma Fairy was a feeder. And she also mentioned before that there was a feeder that was paying for the paneer. She's also said that certain people have bought her clothes. So if she's getting clothes and food and Lakmas from people, wouldn't it also make sense that those people, aside from the food and the clothes, they're sending her money just for her to do certain things on stream? Yeah. There's also a subset of the feeder fetish community, the gainers. They look for women that have a hard time putting their clothes on. Remember all of the torrid hauls she did? I always noticed that during the torrid hauls, when she would say the sizes of the clothes, there was only one outfit or one thing that was the proper size. Everything was 2 to 3 sizes too small. Why would Foodie buy clothes that were too small? Because she was buying them for the feeders to try them on. The feeders, the gainers, they like to see that you're getting bigger and that your clothes are too tight. Also, in that category, whenever she comes on camera, barely dressed, that also caters to the gainers because, again, they can see how big you're getting. Another subset of that feeder fetish community are the immobilizers, the people that like to see you having trouble doing simple things like housework. Keep in mind, remember all the streams that Foodie has done where she's having trouble walking or walking up a set of stairs. That caters to the immobilizers. There's also a fetish community that caters to living in a messy way, being sloppy. We've seen evidence of that with her room being sloppy, her house being a mess, Box Mountain. It could be her being lazy, but it could also be her catering to a certain fetish group for the sake of being paid. I've seen many things on Foodie's channel that point to what she's doing, what she's showing caters to a certain fetish group. She wants to basically create a channel, and she has created a channel where she's hoping to attract different fetish groups. And at the same time she's doing that, while she's doing that, she's purposely triggering people by talking about dark subjects like SA, like DV, because she knows that there are people in her audience that might have gone through that. And if she talks about that, she's going to trigger them. And they might feel sympathetic because they've been through those traumatic events. And they might say, oh, Foodie, I've been through it too. I relate to you. So here's some money. Foodie has literally made thousands off of talking about DV and SA to the point where she won't stop. She absolutely won't stop. So Foodie will do whatever it is she feels she needs to do to trigger people, to pull in different fetish groups of people on her channel. It's all about making money for her, the obsession with money. She's not interested in the normal crowd of people on YouTube. She's specifically looking for and searching out anything that brings in extra money either on YouTube or off.
Talk about it. Yeah, brilliant a couple times. Maybe that'll pull some views. No, that's not working. You're struggling. That's really what this is about. You're struggling. To equate people losing their lives to people not liking you on the internet is a fucking stretch. It's a big stretch. Okay, it's not even a teeny. In my world, in my worldview, they don't even exist. They're not even on the same plane. They're not even the same fucking book. If we were in a library, it wouldn't even be the same fucking library at this point. Okay. I need her to expand her victimhood vernacular to things that are not that do not invoke such violent and aggressive imagery in people, because that's really what she's trying to do. She's trying to make it seem like she is this little poor one who's being hung to the she's being scrutinized to the masses, and there's a group of people out here trying to get her, and she's this poor marginalized person. You're not any of the above, Chantel. So quit, knock it off, expand. People don't like you. It's okay.
I don't want her to expand her victimhood vernacular. I want her to cut it out. Because she's been trying to paint herself a victim of anything for the longest time. Chantal is not a victim. So she doesn't need to expand her victimhood vernacular. She needs to just toss that away and say to herself, I'm not a victim. I am the captain of my own ship. I'm controlling this ship. And if I steer it into rocky waters, that's my fault. But the way to get out of those rocky waters is to steer the boat in a different direction. She needs to stop trying so hard to be a victim of something or relate to victims of something and just say to herself, I am an adult woman. I have control over my life. And if my life is a certain way, it's because I'm not taking control nor applying control. I'm completely out of control. And my life is a mess. And I am at the center hub of it all. And I am the reason. And if I want my life to be different, I've got to make it different. Nobody else but me is the reason and the cause and the problem. Chantal surrounds herself in problems, but she never looks for a solution. She never looks for solutions, because if there were solutions to the problems and the problems were solved, what else would she talk about? What other content would there be for the Foodie Beauty channel? If she was just a normal chick living in a normal house with a roommate, doing ordinary things, would people still watch? If she were anything other than a train wreck, what would there be to talk about? I think she knows deep down that she's boring and she has nothing else to offer except for the drama, and that's why she won't let it go. That's why she hangs on so tightly to victimhood, to her problems, to her addictions, to her obsessions, because that's all she's got.
For people to not like you, okay? Get over. It doesn't take much for her to come at someone's appearance, which is kind of odd considering she's always talking about how rude it, how childlike it is for people to come for people's appearances, blah, blah, blah. This is not the first time that someone who is overweight or a lot more overweight than I am now has come at me for losing weight. I don't know why that's a bad thing. I don't know why me losing weight would be bad for me. I don't know. It's very confusing to me. It's something that I've tried to wrestle with a lot. I've talked to a lot of my friends who have lost weight or have had weight loss surgery, and we can't come to a conclusion why fat people or why fat people who are fatter than us are upset with us when we lose weight, like how that's an insult to me. Like, yeah, I love
It isn't. And Michael, if you've lost weight, I congratulate you on that. You're taking control of your life. You're doing what's good for your health. That is to be commended. If other people, overweight or not, have a problem with your weight loss, that is their problem, not a your problem. I'm going to take a guess because I am not in the minds or souls of the people that are criticizing you. But if there are other people that have criticized you or come at you because of your weight loss, maybe it's because they've not reached a place where they're ready to take control of themselves. And maybe they might be, for lack of a better word, jealous or envious of the fact that you have, that you've just buckled down and you're taking care of yourself. And uh, your mindset is not their mindset. But I think it's wrong for anyone to come at another person who is trying to make positive change in their life and taking control of their life and making things happen. And if other people have come at you for that, I'm sorry that has happened to you because that's just horrible to criticize somebody for doing what's right for them, to taking a healthier approach to life.
lost some weight. My penis looks bigger. Thank you. Why are you concerned about it? Like, why are it'll never happen. I know you like to think that the reason why men or whatever disagree with you or criticize you, all men who want to fuck you. That's not the case, sweetheart. Let me tell you right now. I don't pick dingleberries out of my partner's assholes. It'll never happen. It's not gonna happen. I think this is her always go to when that vegan guy was coming at her for the last time. One of her major criticisms was like, "Oh, you just want to fuck me. That's what this is about."
You know, it's shocking. Michael, you did this rant 3 years ago, and it's still relevant today. The fact that Chantal, that's her go-to, that's her default. She's always assuming that everybody wants to have sex with her. And her newest thing is everybody's jealous of her. Everybody's jealous of Chantal. Oh, the haters are just jealous. They're just jealous of me. Jealous of what, Chantal? What exactly are we jealous of? Please let us know. What are we jealous of? What are we jealous of? What about your life is so wonderful that would warrant anybody being jealous anywhere of you? Your life is a mess from top to bottom, inside and out. You're a mess. But that is her defense. When people are coming at her and giving her viable, truthful criticism and points of view and opinions, her defense is to say they're jealous. And by her saying they're jealous of me, that's her way of saying everybody else is wrong. You must be wrong, and you're coming at me with hate because you're jealous. There's absolutely nothing about Foodie's life that warrants jealousy. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, you're ugly. She is a child. She has no when it's time for her to insult someone, she goes to playground tactics. She goes to, oh you have a big head. Oh, Michael B. Bully. Like, oh my God, you're so clever, Chantel. You're so witty.
She'll go for somebody's looks, for where they live, for their age, how they're dressed, if they're wearing glasses. I mean, it's very amazing to me that Foodie, she's so against bullying, but yet she's one of the biggest bullies on YouTube that are own VIBs, the people that pay the $5 every month. They're not even in a safe free zone away from her bullying. If they get on her nerves, or if they say anything, even criticism that might be put in a polite way, if Foodie's in the wrong mood, she'll go after that person and try to publicly humiliate and embarrass them. Nobody is safe from her criticism. She goes after people that she doesn't like, or people that they say something that is not, strawberry and champagne. And they have a viable criticism. Not only does she seek it out, but once she seeks it out, which she doesn't have to do, then her defense is to do the bullying and the criticism right back.
How have I ever come back at you? I don't know. Like, you make yourself look stupid by doing this. No one else is making you get on here and do this. You make yourself look really fucking dumb, because there are things you could criticize me for, and I think there's like a logical way of, and a factual way that you could come at me and make me and criticize my content if you wanted to. And in fact, people have, and I respect them for it. I think it's their right to, right? But you don't have any, your only tactic is to belittle someone by how they look, what they've accomplished, and what they have. That's your go-tos, which is fucking sad. Literally contradicts herself over and over again. She's like, I don't care, like, dislike, I don't care, say what you want, blah, blah, blah. But you're not gonna be able to do that because I'm disabling comments, I'm disabling likes. Like, you are so fucking, like, this is what happens when this is your entire existence. When your entire existence is food centric, and you've made a food centric channel on YouTube, and it's your only form of income because it's your only life skill now, you've eaten yourself into this situation where you can't get out of, and you're so thin skinned and you have nothing else going on in your life but to troll comments, to fucking go through all and every kind of social media platform where you're talked about. You get so irate, you get so bothered by what people say about you. And this is your fault because you have nothing else going on in your life. You don't go anywhere, you don't work, you hang out with one person, it seems like, and he seems, I don't know, I'm not going to get into all that. But it's fucking sad. Like, this is what your life has been relegated to, is this is what you do. Like, you have nothing else going on. You have nothing else to consume your time with. So
this was 3 years ago. And Micheal is saying this, and it's still the same. It's 3 years later. What does Foodie have going on for herself? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's been 3 years, and her channel is tanking. And despite the fact that people on her channel have asked her for different content, they've asked her for recorded videos, they've asked her to take walks or go exercise or just do something, she's still not doing it. And her channel has gotten worse. It's gotten worse content-wise. She's losing money. She's losing subscribers. You would think that somebody whose entire income is YouTube would look at that and go, I need to do something. I got to turn this around because everything is failing fast. I need to do something. Whatever I've got going on, it ain't working no more. I need to change things. But not Foodie. She's stubborn. She's rebellious. I'm not going to do what anybody tells me to do. It's not about people telling you what to do, Foodie. It's about you realizing that your old tactics don't work. Your old bullshit don't work. People are not buying your lies anymore. They're seeing right through you. This scam monopoly game that you got going on with Natter and Didi is not working. People see through that too. You guys have made the game obvious when you sit there and you live stream, and then directly behind you or on top of you, Natter live streams, and then you live stream again. The two of you are tag teaming each other. The game is obvious. And when the scam game becomes obvious, that means the gig is up. People are caught on to the game. They're not fooled anymore. They're not throwing money at you. It's time to change things. But that's entirely up to you because it's your channel. You can fail, you can succeed. It's up to you. It's up to you. You want to run it into the ground, which you are, go for it. Go for it. But don't look at the reaction channels and say, you're the reason why my channel is failing. We have no control over you or your channel. None at all. If the reaction channels are doing better engagement-wise, view-wise, super chat-wise, better than you, maybe you should look at that. Maybe you should look at what they're doing versus what you're doing and apply some of what you learn. But that's the key, isn't it? You learning something new and applying something new. But you're not about that life of doing anything new. You want to stick to the old tactics and the old way of doing things. And so your channel's going to continue to fail. And all we're here for, the viewers and the reactors, we're just here to watch the train wreck. But you can choose whether that train wrecks and it crashes into a wall or it doesn't. Up to you, Foodie.
This consumes all your life, all your being. Having someone come on here and criticize me for losing weight, girl, I've heard way worse in my life, and I'll probably hear way worse as I grow up and as I get older. I don't know what her plans are for this. I don't know what she's trying to accomplish by doing this. It just makes people dislike her even more. She deleted the video, but guess what, bitch? Once you put shit out there, it's already up there. Right. There's already a bajillion of these rehosted somewhere else. Yeah. I would just keep it up at this point because it's up. But don't feel bad for me. She's fucked herself royally with doing this. I mean, I know the videos that are going to be coming out on her are going to be fucking chef's kiss. I can't wait.
So that's it for the video posted by MARLEY HENDRIX. And can I just say, Mr. Patty, we miss you doing reacts to Foodie. We really do. But congratulations on the weight loss and improving your life. I know that this is like 3 years too late, but still I think it's commendable that you did that. You just took control of your life and control of yourself. And that's something that Foodie, with all of her money and all her subscribers, has yet to do. And it's been 3 years later. So that's it for this react video. I encourage everyone to check out MARLEY HENDRIX. I will leave a link for the video in the description. Please go over to the video and give a like and comment over there. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.